This might seem a little bit poetic, but I would say this is Gaza for us is the last stand of humanity. What we have been witnessing during the last 19 months of Gaza is shameful on all the political leaders who just, spend time talking about democracy, talking about
Hey everyone, today we're doing this reaction video about this goofball over here. They have organized this thing called March to Gaza, and I'm gonna react to it. Like I said, I became very suspicious, and I do not support this stuff, But I'm willing to listen to it a little bit, but I already know what's going on.
during the last 19 months of Gaza is shameful on all the political leaders who just spend time talking about democracy, talking about rights, talking about future, and they see people are being massacred, genocide is committed every second in Gaza, and they are not taking a stand. So people from all over
So as you can see, there's a huge emphasis on the politicians. Now you have to pay close attention to what he says.
the globe, more than 35
I believe this guy is the organizer. I don't know who he is, but
countries. So far, we have 1,500 people registered from all around. Just pick the place, individuals, organizations, unions. They decided all to come together, and we are gonna go and march from Al Arish in Egypt until Rafah border, and we are gonna camp
and so this is the one of the main question is like, why Egypt? Like, why would you want to put Egypt on the spot? I don't understand. Egypt is not the one committing the genocide. It's not the one dropping the bombs. Why would you go to Egypt? Why not go to Tel Aviv? Why not go to Israel? I mean, this is just like basic fucking common sense. I mean, this is so stupid. These motherfuckers, they want to destabilize Egypt. That's the reason they're doing it. They don't care about Gaza. You know? In order to analyze this situation or any other situation when it comes to geopolitics and all that, you have to remove your emotion. Yeah, okay, no emotions. Okay, people are starving. Good, that's fantastic. But that's not relevant to the question. The question is, or the concern should be, what are the motivation of these people? Now, these motherfuckers, they don't have good motivation. These people, they want to destabilize Egypt. Now, let's continue. I don't want to.
there, aiming and hoping and demanding to stop genocide and to open the border. More than 14,000 babies
Hey, sir, they can't open the border. If the Egyptian government, I understand you looked at the map and you saw that Egypt is in Africa, and I know what they tell you about Africa, and you think it's a jungle or a desert, and they have no laws and all that. The Egyptian government couldn't open the border. They are under obligation by the Israelis. How much aid are you gonna carry with you? Are you walking by foot or buses or whatever? But like how much? There's like 2 million people in Gaza. How much food can you take? This the same thing can be said about this freedom flotilla. I mean, you can say, oh, whether they have good intention. Okay, fine, but like logistically, it's impossible to carry the necessary aid that is required to feed people in Gaza. You can't do it. It's a small ship. It cannot carry enough food and medical supplies for 2 million people. So it's just symbolic. You can say, well, that's good enough, but it doesn't solve the problem. See, like I said all the time, you need a strategy. If you don't have a strategy, you can just keep doing stuff. Now, my position about this march is do not go. It's not going to work at all. There's absolutely, you have 0% chance of opening the Rafah border.
are dying of hunger. They don't have milk, they don't have food. People are being starved, and people intentionally are being starved. They are using food and medicine and fuel and all basic elements of life as weapons against civilians. That's what it's about.
And who is doing that, sir? Can you tell us who is doing that? Well, I can give you the answer. It's called the United States of America. And maybe you are in America, but you don't want to overthrow that government over there, right? You don't need a plane ticket or march or anything. You can hold the people responsible for that genocide in your country, in the United Kingdom, in France, right? You can take action in your own country, but you don't want to do that. You want to come to Egypt, right? You want to destabilize the Muslim countries because that's the intention. These motherfuckers, they're working with this Muslim Brotherhood, and I'm gonna do another video about that. because it's a fascinating topic. It really is.
People are standing where leaders fallen and where they basically stop.
He's still talking about the politician. Motherfucker, the Egyptian president haven't done anything to the Palestinian. He's under obligation to keep the border closed. That's an agreement between Egypt and Israel. You can think whatever you want with it. You don't just open the border. Like, there's multiple borders in the world that are closed because there's an agreement to close this border. And you're gonna come here from Manchester, with your bunch of like propaganda campaign trying to open the borders. I told you, like, there's 0% chance they're gonna open any border.
Caring and just turned their face to the other side while they see crimes are being committed. We are not going to allow that. We are going to go, we are going to march, and we are going to demand on them to stop their complicity because they are financing the genocide in Gaza.
So, can you talk a bit about where this idea came from, who started this, and ultimately, what is the purpose, in terms of?
It's the Muslim Brotherhood. This is what they do. They want to fucking destabilize the Arab region and the Muslim country. That's what their goal. That's who's financing them. And it's really like absurd because the United States and other Western leaders, they don't want to categorize this group as a terrorist organization. Somehow Hamas is terrorist, but like the people financing the Hamas, they're not terrorists. Make that make sense.
Gathering attention to get people to go. I mean, who do you plan to negotiate with? What are the demands? Like, who are they directed towards?
Politicians.
Well, people have been talking for a long time together. I remember we had conversations with different people last year. What would it be feasible? Is it doable to try to go to Egypt?
It's not doable, motherfucker. It's not. It's impossible. First of all, you're not gonna get past the airport. They're gonna stop your stupid ass at the airport. That's one. Why? Because they're gonna allow a bunch of provocateurs and foreign agents. Because that's exactly what you are. If you're gonna join these march, you're gonna be considered as a foreign agent. And are you ready to go to jail? Well, I don't think they're gonna put you in jail, but they're gonna deport you. Are you 100% going into a detention center? You're gonna be interrogated, and then they can send you back to your country, to where you came from. That's all that's going to happen. This is not feasible at all. There's 0% chance. They are not going to allow it. If you get past the airport, you are going to face so many challenges. Like opening the border, it's impossible. I mean, don't even think about that. Like, it's never going to happen. Maybe you think in your imagination, you think that's going to happen. In reality, this is not a movie, okay? But even if you go past the airport and they allow you in their country, you need the government permission. You need a permit to engage in a protest. Well, you don't have that. Okay, so that's another problem. And why would you think that Egypt is going to allow a bunch of foreigners engage in political activities? Because that's exactly what you're doing. It's political activity in their country. Why? Why would they allow you to do that? You think Egypt is a desert and they have no laws, no regulation, no constitution, nothing? They don't have police forces, they don't have armies, and this Rafah border is heavily militarized. There's tanks and shit. I mean, maybe there's gonna be like people dying and shit. I mean, this is not what I'm expecting. But why would you be willing to die in a different country and you don't want to remove the people responsible? They're next to you. You can overthrow your government in the United Kingdom or the United States. You can overthrow the Swedish government, right? You can overthrow the French government, the French president, but you don't want to do that, right? But these people are the one enabling it. They are the one committing the genocide. You can say, well, the Jews or Israel or whatever. Well, who gave them the fucking country in the first place? Like, This
to
is
try to march
absolute.
in the desert of Sinai. What are the obstacles, the difficulties? Some doctors who just came back from Gaza a few months ago started also talking about this possibility in the global coalition against the occupation in Palestine, where we are trying to build global strategy for solidarity and for direct action and for people just to take a stand and participate actively. It happened that through those different interactions, we realized that there are many people who believe the same thing. So we started to just contact people all around, contact organizations, and ask them, would this be something they are interested in? And
You're just using people to push whatever agenda you have. But like this is not gonna solve anything.
before taking any of those steps, we talked to the people of Gaza because we believe solidarity should respond to calls that are coming from the people that you are trying to support. And we mentioned, well, we have this idea. Do you think it will be beneficial? Do you think this is something that you want to see? Do you want to see people coming from all around standing at Rafah demanding for the genocide to end? And they welcomed the idea, they supported it. So how this
Well, why not go to Israel? Like, why Egypt? Why? Why would you want to go to Egypt? I just don't understand. Egypt is not responsible. They are under obligation to keep the border closed. And why you think you have more power than the Egyptian government? This is the arrogance of these Westerners. They always think they can just do whatever they want. Oh, we're just gonna walk. We're just gonna go sail to Gaza, right, in a ship, and somehow deliver this aid. Like this arrogance is dangerous. My advice. I'm gonna stop the video. My advice to you: if you are planning to go to this march, do not go. If you are not willing to go to jail or a detention center, I mean, imagine. I mean, the Egyptians are civilized. They're gonna treat you like your rights are gonna be respected. If the Israelis catch you and they put you in the detention center in Israel, you are gonna suffer. You're gonna suffer. They're gonna starve your motherfucking ass for like 5 days. And every morning they will go into your cell and beat the shit out of you. Are you ready for that? See, it's good to have like a stand for human rights and all that, but also you need a strategy. Just doing stuff, marching into Rafah, marching into like opening the border. You need permission. You need government permission. You can't sail into another country's water without permission. You can say, well, we're trying to help the Palestinian. That's fine. But there's laws, there's regulation, even in Palestine. I mean, it's dysfunctional. It's not even a country. It's dysfunctional. But still, there are laws and permission that you need from the government. You can't just engage in stuff. If you watch, there's this Freedom Flotilla in 2010, I believe, or 2006. I can't remember. There was an attempt to deliver aid, and 10 people have been killed, and 50%, not 50%, 50 people have been injured. 10 people, this is not just a number, 10 people have been killed trying to deliver aid on this Freedom Flotilla or whatever. It's dangerous. You're supposed to know what you're doing. And they got away with it. Nobody was held accountable because the problem is the United States. Never forget about that. Okay, never forget about that. I mean, it's the United States that are enabling these actions. Okay, you can say Israel and all that. I mean, I don't think Israel has any power anyway. But if you have, that's my advice. Do not go. Okay, if you're not ready to face jail, deportation, hunger, starvation, maybe you're gonna get beaten. Maybe you're gonna die. And I found it really absurd that you're willing to do all of that in Egypt, but you're not willing to do it in your country. And I know most of these people are Westerners. These people, they not come from Muslim majority countries. Okay, people living in North Africa, people living in the Middle East, they have some common sense. The West is like a virus, and I say it a long time ago, and I will say it again. It's like a virus. It affects your mind. You can't think straight. You have all these cognitive dissonance. You have all these conflicting ideas in your head where you believe your country is civilized, right? And it has laws and regulations. But in Africa, in the Middle East, they don't have that. Like I said, I just want to emphasize on the point that that you're not supposed to go. This is not a strategy. It's not gonna happen. And I'm gonna put this video on my channel. It's gonna be live, and I'm gonna do a follow up. Okay, I'm gonna do a follow up when they do not succeed in this mission. Anyway, see you next time.